Students, today is the class where we are going to learn about SQL, and we will learn few commands which we are going to apply to in our table. So before going to start with anything, we have to learn how to create a table. What are the command to create a table? So here I have already created a notepad, as you can see. So this is the command that create table is the keyword which you need to use while you are trying to create a table. Create table, and then after you have to use the table name. Here I have used the table name as stud. You can use it as like whatever you want to. Then after, within the first bracket, you have to give the attributes name. Within the first bracket, you have to give the attributes name. Here I have taken four attributes name, which are student ID, student name, class, and address. So student ID, of course, it will be our integer type data, and of course it will be the primary key. So I have written in student ID space integer space primary key, comma, student name, which will be our varchar type, and I have given the range as 60. Then after, class, of course it will be our integer type data, or you can keep it as varchar, not a problem. Then after, address, it will be a varchar type. So varchar is nothing but combination of variable and character. Integer is where you can only apply the integer type data. And then after, at the end of every command, you have to put the semicolon to make your compiler understand that yes, this is the end of the line. So of course, while you are ready to create any table, you have to start with that create table keyword. So I'm just going to copy that entire statement. I am ready to create a table, and then after, I'll paste it here. I have used the online compiler. You can run it on MySQL also, not a problem. Yeah, it is running. As you can see, it is executed. Once a tick over here, it is ready to execute, like it has already executed. Now you will be able to see the things like your structure of table is ready, but you need to insert some data on it to to get access to your table. Like your structure of table is ready, but there is no data. So if you print your table, let me just write the command. C select star from stud, comma. So if I execute it, I think I will be see, the table structure is ready. Stud ID, stud name, class, and address. These four attributes are ready, but there is no data because I have not inserted any data yet. So you have to insert few data to your table to get access to your data. To insert some data in your table, you have to use that insert into command. You have to use that insert into command. This command is insert into table name, then values within bracket. The way you have written your attributes, same way you will going to write the values. So first is stud ID, which I am given as 1. Then next one is stud name Tom. Class I have taken as 6, and address ABC. Of course, student name and address are varchar, so I kept it within the quotation. And that student ID and class is a integer type data, so I have written it normally. So one thing we have to keep in our mind, as you can see, insert into, I have taken four data, basically four set of data, Tom, Jerry, Harry, and Abby. So basically, as you can see, as student ID is the primary key, so it cannot be duplicate. Name can be same, class can be same, address also can be same, but the primary key cannot be same. So it is the rules of primary key that you cannot duplicate the primary key. Like primary key cannot be duplicate, and it cannot be null. So whatever you are inserting, it has to be a like what else? It has to be a original data. Like there should not be like for a single person, the primary key will be the unique one. By using a primary key, you can be able to find out a tuple uniquely. So now I'm going to insert each one of that. Okay, let me just take all of it. So I would request you all to please write the code with me. Now I'm going to insert it. I'm just going to run the screen. So all the data are already inserted. So how will I get the data? So if you want to print the entire table, if you want to print the entire table, the command is select star from table name. Here the table name is stud, so I have written it select star from stud. Now I'm going to run that command and you will be able to see there are four data. There are four data. Okay. So what we have learned till now, that how to create a table, how to display a table structure, that select star from stud. Basically the purpose of select star from table name is to display the entire table. So initially it was not showing any data because there was no data. Then after I have inserted four data, so we have learned insert into command and then we have again shown you the entire table. Now we are going to learn few more things, that how to update a value. Say the Tom is not in anymore in class 6. Say Tom is not anymore in class 6. He has promoted to class 7. So what I need to do, I have to change the class of Tom from 6 to 7. I have to change Tom's class from 6 to 7. So what I need to do, I have to use update. I have to use update command. I have to update the class of Tom from 6 to 7. So say so the command is update table name set attribute where stud id is Tom. Okay, before going to start with the update, I need to discuss one more thing with you. It comes in my mind that say I just want to display Tom's details. I just want to display Tom's detail, not the others. So I don't want to display the entire table. I just want to display the Tom's data. So how can I do that? Select star from stud where stud underscore name is Tom. So let me tell you one thing, that SQL is absolutely a case sensitive language. The way it is written in the table, you have to use the same way, like same pattern, otherwise it will going to show you the error. See, it is showing you the entire details of Tom. So where clause will help you to sort out the data from your entire table. Where clause will help you to sort out the data from your entire table, right? So now we are going to we are ready to use that update query. Update basically will help you to update a single cell or more than one cell also. You can update by using that update command. So update table name set whatever you want to set, where you have to give the clause. Update table name set your command which you want to update, and where then after you have to apply the clause. So I'll apply it over here and I'm just going to run it. And it has already executed. So how will I understand whether it has already done or not? See, yeah, see the new table, the previous one was having 6666 and the new table is having 67666. So you can change it, like if you want to change the Jerry's address from XYZ to something else, say something else like EFG. So that also you can do. So I'm just going to copy the entire thing. I'm going to paste it. And what I want to set, I want to set the address. From which to which? From address of Jerry from XYZ to AB, I think EFG. Let me write it in capital. Where stud name is Jerry and J in capital. Yeah. So let me run it and I'm going to display the entire table. Done? Yeah. Now I'm going to display the entire table. So every time you want to check your entire table, you have to write the same command, select star from table name. I think you are understanding. Yeah, I think you are understanding what it is showing, that XYZ has already updated to EFG. That XYZ is already updated to EFG. So we are ready with the update query. Now say I want to add one more column. So how to update a cell or a row we have learned. By using update query, you can update a row. But if you want to update, or if you want to add one more column like an attribute, what query you need to use? For that you have to use the alter query. So for row you have to use update, and for column you need to use alter. So here I am just going to add one more attribute over in that existing table. So let me just check whether it is working fine or not. I think, yeah, as you can see, the marks is already null, 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 null. So by how can you update the marks? How can you? It's a purpose of a cell. It's a purpose of a cell, or you just need to update the marks. So here I am going to use that update query. Yeah, you are correct. So if you want to apply, if you want to add a column, you need to use that alter, and if you want to update the cell value, then you have to use that update query. Of course I'm going to use that update query. Okay, here I have written 2, and 2 more I need to write, and the second one will be of 800, and I'm just giving random marks and all, just to make you understand the query I'm doing it. And for Abby I have given 600. Yeah, so I'm going to run it. Done. So all the query has already run, so I'm just going to check whether it has worked properly or not, and for that, as you know, I'm going to apply that select star from stud, and I'm going to run it. Yes, I think yes. As you can see, it has already updated 700, 900, 800, 600 the way you have written. The query up to this point I think clear. Now we are going to learn few other things, that is called aggregate function. Aggregate function, you need to keep one thing in your mind while you are working on with aggregate function, that aggregate function does not work on where clause. Aggregate function does not work on where clause. If you want to work with aggregate function, you have to write it after the select, where you actually put the attributes name. There only you have to write that aggregate function. You cannot apply aggregate function after the where clause. So there are basically 5 type of aggregate function available, that is maximum, minimum, count, average and sum. So the purpose of maximum, it will return the maximum value. Purpose of minimum, it will return you the minimum value. Maximum of average, it will return the average of the entire number set. Then after the purpose of count, it will count the number of elements, and then after purpose of sum, of course it will just sum of it. Now I'm just going to apply each one of it. Yeah. So as you can see, it is showing you the result of max, sum and mean, isn't it? So now one more thing I'm going to do, that alias name. So what is that alias name basically? It is nothing but if you are like as you can see here, max marks, some marks, whatever you have written after that, select that only is coming as a heading, that only coming as a heading, but I don't want that in my heading. So if you want to give a column name, uh, but it will not affect, of course it will not going to affect your actual table, it will just for the viewing purpose you can give a column name like this. So what I did, select maximum marks, max marks space maximum, it is the alias name of the table. So just let me run it, you will understand it. See, instead of showing max marks, whatever is written, it is showing you the maximum, as the maximum name is the alias name of the given table. So in this class, we have learned about creating of a table, inserting data to the table, how can you update a existing table, how can you alter a existing table, like adding some new attribute to the table, and the aggregate functions also we have learned. Of course, we know that by using alter we can do few other things also, but we are not going to get details. Of course, in our upcoming video we are going to discuss about these things also. Till now, practice those query more and more, so that this will not going to give you any kind of trouble in your exam. So, till the time in your our next video is coming, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you soon.